Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to MagzTV and welcome back to our Battletech campaign. Just making sure everything's all set up right here at the moment. Alright, that seems to be all set. Just double checking our volumes. The last time I did a stream we were in VR and that did not work out all that well. Yeah, I'm still yet to work out why the hell America Truck Simulator reacted so badly to live streaming. It was perfectly fine up until the moment that I hit the start stream button, and then the entire game fell apart while I was trying to play it. Anyways, this seems to be set up perfectly fine. So, what are we up to today? Well, in between the last stream that we did for Battletech and now, Vox stream hasn't shit the bed yet. Yeah, well, let's hope it doesn't happen again. I'm still not sure what happened last time. I'm going to have to look into how Deadmeat manages to stream America Truck Simulator. This here, I haven't even had a drop frame yet, so it seems to be perfect. Actually, better than normal, which is kind of concerning. I expect something to go wrong now. Anyways, the last time we played, we were hanging around in the western regions, looking to see whether or not we could actually find ourselves, just get that one out of the way, see if we could find ourselves some new armor and new equipment for our mechs. Now, since then, because I haven't been able to stream over the last week, since that American Truck Simulator stream, my net has been cactus for the last 5 days. So what I've been doing is actually playing a little bit off stream, not doing anything major, only 1 or 2 battles there, minor ones, just enough to essentially cover the costs of my travelling around. But we've moved from all the way over here and we're slowly making our way back towards the space where we're going to continue our priority missions. Now, the reason why I've been doing this is I've been searching for weapons. At this point, in terms of equipment, we're not doing all that bad. So if I load up the mech bays here, alright, so we have an Atlas, we have a King Crab, we actually have 2 King Crabs. We've got an SLDF Highlander, or Star League Defense Force Highlander. We've got our Sniper Marauder. We have a 100-ton Annihilator, if it wants to actually load and... Ah, there it goes. It's just being a bit slow. We have a second Highlander. We've got an Awesome, and our tertiary lance is an Archer, a Warhammer, and a Black Knight at this point. We're not doing bad in regards to armor in the slightest here. I really don't need better mechs at this point, but I do need better equipment. The King Crabs, I'm not happy with how they're performing. The mech itself is beautiful, but the 2 AC-20s, coupled with SRM-6s, even this is the modified one, it's too hit and miss with its damage. It essentially gets 3 attack rolls, and that's it. And if it misses... You know, if it hits, it's got good damage. If it misses, it does nothing. So I need a better weapons configuration for these. The stock one is actually a little bit worse. It's only got standard ACs at the moment, and it's got a large laser and some LRMs. I need to upgrade these mechs, and I want to upgrade the Atlas as well. The Atlas is already a beast, and I want to make it better. Ah, hey Devil, how's it going, mate? Yeah, so that's what I've been looking around for, and up until this point we haven't managed to find anything, unfortunately, so nothing has been missed. I'm still in the same state that I was before. We do, however, have a contract that I want to do on this one before we leave, because we had one. I'll see if it's still here. Factory recall, recovery, there it is there. Stolen mech. So, one of our covert facilities was breached, Commander, in what appears to have been an inside job. A mech warrior stationed there murdered the rest of the staff and is defecting to a local pirate organization, taking a valuable Capellan mech with her. The facility is a total loss. We don't want that mech falling into enemy hands. Track it down the Renegade and destroy it. It's a 4-skull assassination mission. I want to knock this one over because there's a good chance it's a 100-tonner that's been stolen, or it's at least 90 tons. And from here, if we can't find some better weapons soon enough, I might just have to bugger off and start doing some more of the story missions. We might as well get some stuff moving through. Hey, Drodian, thank you very much for the subscription, mate. Where'd the second Krabby rock up? The end of the last stream. We got the first Krabby in the last stream, and then we've done one intermittent stream in the middle where we wound up picking up another crab in the very next mission. So we're 2 up. That one I didn't end up uploading. There was some bad frames in the actual live stream, so I didn't end up uploading that one to YouTube. But we've got 2. We actually managed to get 2. I haven't managed to get a king crab in 6, 7, 8, 9 play. I'm not actually entirely sure how many times I've completed this campaign, how many times I've gone through this. And I've never managed to get a king crab, and then I get 2 in 2 missions in a row. I'll take it. So anyways, actually, I don't want to leave that one there. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the stolen mech here. 4 skulls. Negotiate, and we of course want full salvage. How's the audio by this at the moment, guys, too? I've had to play around with that a little bit since the last time I streamed. Fine, excellent. And it looks like we don't have that weird 2-minute delay we had in the last stream. I can hear the hunting game you well. Yeah, this is odd. This is playing really nice. I haven't had a single drop frame the entire stream. It's like something is wrong. I did change some settings in OBS that should have technically been less efficient, but somehow might be the cause of it working better. I might need to experiment with this more. I've actually offloaded a whole part of the rendering over to the CPU off the GPU, which should be worse considering I'm running a 3080, but I'm also running a 5900X, so I've got God knows how many cores to play with, so we'll see how it works. Alright, so Atlas, Highlander, Marauder, Highlander. I'm actually going to run with exactly the same team, because this is a really good capture team here. Decker is sitting in the Marauder. Archangel in Highlander 1, that's the SLDF Highlander, with Gyrojet piloting 2. So I've actually got some of my Lobies being trained. Yeah, we really need to train up some more of those as well, although we might nick off and do one storyline mission simply because we haven't done one in like 5 streams. But that should be good enough. For a 100-ton mech, plus anything else that can come along, this should be fine. So how has everybody been anyway? I was playing a little bit of War Thunder earlier on tonight, trying to decide whether or not I'm actually going to sit back and try and grind out the A10 when it's officially added in the next update. Was really disappointed playing high-end ground forces. I was playing against a load of Russian tanks, and it showed exactly how unrealistic War Thunder is. Not a single one of them ran out of fuel at any time. It was terrible. But yeah, I'm contemplating going back just to unlock the A10 and to set up my US naval line, because I cannot see them spending much more time before dropping an F-14 in there. The F-14A in particular.
Command interface
that I wouldn't
initiated.
mind messing around with. I've got it on DCS. I want to mess around with it on War Thunder as well. Especially in Sim, it could be a lot of fun there. Assuming they fixed the VR in Sim, I actually haven't checked that in like 2 months now. Anyways, that mech is leaving a trail anyone can follow. Our target is not subtle. I think that's a Zeus. That's actually kind of disappointing. Definitely worth the payday, though. We're certain she's in this area. Move up, make contact with her and her escorts. The escorts could be interesting.
Let's get to fighting.
Yeah, that's a lot less than I was hoping for. 4 skull mission and it's only a Zeus. I've gotten those in 2 skull missions. Although it's worth considering it could be an elite pilot. Which means they're actually going to put up a decent fight. Now, so the the enemy escort is just there. This is actually a pretty good spot. We're not going to have a huge amount of cover here. But I wouldn't mind engaging the enemy from this position, because it means I can essentially spam just due to the having access to the water.
On it.
The enhanced cooling.
Copy that.
I can just rotate alpha strikes at the enemy all day. Actually, shooting from the water in the Marauder would be ideal. Alright, so we got vehicles, so that's not too
Standing
useful.
by.
Nothing visual there. What are we going to do?
Move order
I
received.
don't think this is going to offer us a lot of cover, but it might provide some interrupt. Alright, sensor lock the 80-ton vehicle.
Got a lock.
Alright, so it's a demolisher, which is not surprising.
Standing by.
And now we're going to do a jump with Gyrojet to get
Jumping.
her offside and still able to shoot. PPC and LRM-20, that'll
Target
be perfect.
confirmed.
We've got an unknown on sensors.
Second 80-tonner coming down.
Ready for
so
orders.
Archangel in next. We'll rotate Archangel in front of
Moving to
Gyrojet.
position.
And go with the Gauze rifle, and hopefully this will be enough.
May I interest you in melting armor?
Not quite. Not quite enough to punch through, although that's got to have taken all the front armor off the Demolisher. And the Atlas, unfortunately, doesn't have anything that I can actually use at these ranges, so I'm going to sprint it up to the tree line, get it into cover, so we can begin unloading. And it looks like the Demolisher's aim's definitely been affected. Well, apparently that is an ace pilot. 75-tonner coming up behind. Now that is interesting. Burning gel. So Inferno missiles plus 50 heat. So that's heat loaded us halfway to our maximum.
Ready for orders.
And this will do nothing to our heat load while we're in the water. Excellent.
Roger that.
Right. That's one down.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Disco! How you doing, mate? Thank you very much for the subscription. Once again, 9 months.
Yes, Commander.
Yes, I've got all these warnings and these notifications turned on now. That's why I wasn't getting them the last couple of times. I'm not sure why they were turned off, but apparently they were. Hey, Mags is learning how to not fuck up a stream.
Acknowledged.
Well, kinda. And still not close enough to get visual on any of these. Right. Well, at the very least, I suppose we can find out what that 75er is, and it's a Marauder. That'll be another Demolisher. And that is an... I'm going to turn off. Yeah, we'll step out of the trees and into the water. That'll give us a... unload some of our heat. Yeah, Inferno Carrier. Exactly what I thought it was. So we'll get rid of that first. We won't need the AC-20, I wouldn't think. We should cycle everything else.
Engaging target.
Cool, that deletes that.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Done with Twitch mod duties for the night. 3 streams. Oh, great to catch streams again. Streams of yours again, Max. Oh, thank you, mate. Yeah, sorry for the no streams over the last 5 days. The Euro Truck stream was the last time I had a decent net connection, and we saw what happened with that one. I'm still not 100% sure on why. Oh, it's a Strike PPC carrier, and we've got it by the balls. We've got its side, with a Gauss rifle. That should kill it. Actually, let's see whether or not that landed. I'm taking it that it didn't.
What's up, boss?
Decker. Alright, Decker can't actually see the Marauder from here, so we'll take the shot, which looks like it's actually going to be broken by the Atlas. Yeah, no, we can do better than that. We will move. That should allow for a clear line without the Atlas breaking line of sight and still give us full flat of the side armor. Cool. And that gets the Shrike out before it can fire a shot. Excellent, because that thing's a nasty.
Reporting. One
yeah,
less vehicle.
as I said, the Euro Truck Simulator stream, I have no idea what happened with that. I have no idea why the game reacted in that way. But, yeah, after that I had 5 days of net that was barely usable, so that was fun.
Warning.
The plan
Armor
was to
low.
stream this the very next day, but,
Commander.
G'day, Somerset, how's it going, mate?
Roger that. Confirmed.
We don't really need this Marauder. I'll take a couple of shots at it. That'll work. Rattle its armor a little bit for a turn just to keep it occupied. See if we can headshot it. But if we can't, I'm not too concerned. Actually, I might rest the Atlas. It's in the water, that's going to dump its that entire heat load the Inferno put on us. The Inferno carrier put on us.
Yes, Commander. Rolling.
Alright, now Archangel, you should have the required skill for this. Yeah, 18%. Yeah, let's give it a shot.
Welcome to my Alpha Strike.
No, miss with the lot. That happens.
Commander. On the
Move
move.
into optimal for all weapons while still staying in the water so we don't build up any heat loading on the Marauder. Precision strike, and we should be able to delete the cockpit.
Got it.
That was terrible shooting, Decker.
Waiting for orders. Roger.
Undead Sailor, how's it going, mate? Welcome to the stream. Ah, well, let's just
Acknowledged.
delete the bloody thing. And misses! With everything. Well, with the PPC
Target's
anyway.
taking a critical hit.
RNG is definitely on this Marauder's side. And it melees an Atlas. You meleeed an Atlas. Right, do it back.
Engaging physical attack.
Left leg destroyed. PPC destroyed.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
That'll be a pilot injury from the knockdown. And I think that might be our primary target actually getting involved in the fight finally.
Orders?
A little bit slow, but... Alright, so we won't use the Gauss rifle on this one. Get a free precision strike. We'll just aim it all at the leg and try and cut the leg off.
Taking the shot.
Call it a day.
Solid connection on that
Not
one.
where I was aiming any of those shots, but
Orders?
anyways, fair enough. Head destroyed, pilot lethal damage, pilot
Tango
incapacitated.
down.
broke it into more pieces than I would have liked, but it's dead. So that's done. All good, Mags. Even though we're here in the same state and country, I usually sleep when you stream, buds. I was modding 3.5 streams tonight, only to have 3 monitors. Thinking of getting a PC screen set up from the Broken Arrow movies. Get an ultra-wide. Get an ultra-wide monitor for your main, and then get 2 side monitors. I've got the ultra-wide at the moment. I haven't set up the 2 side monitors yet, mainly because I don't have decent ones, and I need to get an entirely new mounting system because I've got because I do the simming stuff. My main monitor is on an articulated arm, so I need to basically set up 2 more arms because I want to keep all the monitors off my desk and able to be moved around. But set up with the 3 because you can have 1 on either side monitor, and your ultra wides you can evenly split into 2 separate monitors and monitor 2 things at once. Plus, if you happen to do any sim related stuff, ultra wides, if you can't do VR, ultra wides, exactly the way you want to do anything simulation related. I'm getting tired over here doing nothing in a single stream. So how goes the war? At this point, we've only just started up. This is our first battle. It's a 4-skull assassination mission. Unfortunately, it looks like we got jibbed on the mech. I think it's only a Zeus.
I'm walking here.
But I'll take it.
Affirmative.
It'll be a little bit of money.
Move order received.
Yeah, it looks like a Zeus. Not getting the equipment that I would like, but I'm thinking I might nick over and do a storyline mission after this. And Jinxie Cat's in the stream. Hello, sister of mine. Hope you're feeling better. For those who are unaware, Jinxie is actually my sister, and pass a congratulations to her on her recent engagement. That's been fun. But she's been a little under weather the last couple of days as well. My extra monitors are popped up on dictionaries. Hey, it's not a bad thing. I used to do exactly the same thing. Now, I'm getting a little fancier because I'm getting a little particular with how my desk is set up. The way I set up my sim pit, and yeah, I'll do a sensor lock. Just to confirm.
Sensors
Yeah, it's a Zeus,
locked on.
just like I thought it was. The way I set the sim pit up, I need my main monitor on an articulated arm because I slot it into the front of the desk. And then when I'm not doing VR, I actually grab the monitor and I pull the monitor all the way forward so it floats over the top of the keyboard, and it sets it up like you've seen the shots of those the large proper sim pits that have the large monitor that floats right in front of the user. That's what it turns it into. But I still have a desk sitting here with a keyboard and mouse on it, and all I've got to do to turn it back is push the monitor back and pull the sim pit out, wheel my chair in, boom, we're straight back to a desk. So it swaps in and out. So I've got it set up that way for a reason.
Orders.
And it lets me keep the desk while still having the functionality of a dedicated sim pit. And the only cost that I pay is the frankly ridiculously large amount of space that I have to consume in my office to actually hold the pit. Because the pit's a beast. It's a GT Track Ultimate. It's 65 kilos of steel before you actually bolt any controllers onto it. So it's
Position
it's
confirmed.
great, but it takes up some real estate. Do not recommend it for anybody who hasn't got much space.
Affirmative.
Primary target damage, Commander. Get the Atlas up, and actually I don't really want to do anything except hit it in the cockpit with the Marauder. I suppose I can do a P-strike off the Atlas. He's still 18%. Load the AC-20 up. Well, that solves that issue. Hunter in with the snipe from the Atlas with the AC-20.
Enemy mech destroyed.
All targets eliminated. Sit tight. You can collect you from where you are right now.
Mission
That was
successful.
really easy for a 4-skull. That was insanely easy for a 4-skull. Not much of a reward either. So 92,000 credits out of that one. No damage on anything because we just straight face rolled both groups. We'll take the Zeus because it's 80 tons. It's worth more. 4-skull mission, and the only mechs on the field were an 80-ton Zeus and a 75-ton Marauder, and that's it. And we headshot both. Double plus large. Yeah, all the salvage is kind of trash as well. And we recovered the Marauder. So, okay, well, money-wise, this wasn't bad. 19 million, nearly 20 million in value. We walked away with the 3R Marauder and the Zeus. All 6 parts. So both mechs salvaged. We got the double plus laser. We got the double plus AC5. We got a couple of spare AC20s. Actually, I don't think there's much there we didn't get out of the salvage. Waiting for the 3-skull mission that turns into a 4.5-skull mission. Well, I sent in a lance that was designed for that to turn into a 5-skull mission. I was expecting a 100-tonner and a full lance of assault mechs defending it. And that was... Oh, well, it wasn't what I was after.
Is back online.
But it is money.
Hey, Commander.
I do like money.
Be with you in a second.
And that is 2 very valuable chassis that I can quite easily sell off. So... Is there anything interesting in it? Nope, nothing at all. So we can send the Zeus to get packed up. And yeah, nothing amazing in the Marauder either. So the Marauder can also get packed up. It's just another 3R. So yeah, nothing too special there at all. Alright, so that one can be packed up as well. No repairs need to be done. Nothing else needs to be done here. So, while we're here, because we may as well, we did have this 2.5-skull assassination mission, which is nothing special, but maybe it'll turn into something more interesting. I don't think there's anything else going on. A 2.5-skull battle. It's capture base in the Highlands. Recovery mission, 4-skull. 3-skull destroy base, and then we've got the priority mission, which is probably what we're going to do after this one. I think we'll do this just because it's here, and I hate to leave an assassination mission that could bring a good payday. So we'll negotiate this one. Once again, actually, they're paying really well for this. 731. That's 2 and a bit mechs recovered from the field, and 31 is usually around the area to the maximum salvage you'll actually get to drop in a mission at any point anyway. So this is... you can take everything. We'll go with exactly the same lineup. Decker does need to get his piloting up to 10 and complete that. And I can definitely put some more in Archangel and work on Garajet a little bit more as well. So we'll just deploy. Nothing needs to be changed. Same group. Let's hope this turns into like a 4-skull. Because the other one went the other way. That felt more like a 2.5, 3-skull mission on what was supposed to be a 4. So yeah, my ideal setup with my monitors on this end in the long run would be to have the ultra wide in the center, and then have 2 portrait mounted, probably 1440p, just standard resolution flat screens to the left and right hand side of it, and that would be for my Discord and my chat. Nice large windows for that. When I'm doing flight simming stuff, I could put stuff like GPS maps or whatever else up on them as needed. And then the main widescreen is obviously the main gaming area, or so on and so forth.
Command interface initiated.
And now it's going to be waves of mechs. Well, if it is, it's still more salvage. This one here I'm more expecting to make money. That's really all I'm concerned with. Target anywhere, we're blind on the ground. I've got an engine signature. What is that? Humanoid mech, high shoulders. Grasshopper, maybe? I can't quite recognize that silhouette. Unfortunately,
All right.
I'm not
Keep
a
your eyes open and
complete
watch your sensors.
almanac of every single battle mech ever made, or even in this game. I think it could be a grasshopper. It looks too squared off to be a Victor.
On it.
Yeah, not sure about this one. Regardless, this is just recover and sell. Now, supporting enemy forces, so we've got at least one enemy lance on the ground before we get to the target. And these should be just ahead. We actually have some... Oh, we're actually being treated nicely here. We've got some water ahead as well.
Enemy detected.
Copy that.
We got quite a lot of water ahead. This entire base looks like it's a night mission. We get this entire base that's actually surrounded by a moat. The last time we did one of these, there was a lot of tonnage that wound up on the ridge line behind the base. So that's yeah, that's in the roughly the same position. Yeah, this could wind up a firing line down on us.
Waiting for orders.
Although I'm less concerned. Last time we only had 100 tonner, and it was the Annihilator. This time we have an Atlas. It's a reserve decker and 2 Highlanders with jump jets. Come on, have your turn.
Receiving you.
Not Decker, we'll
Orders.
move Gyrojet.
Up high.
Jump up high up here. Now we did get a sneak peek at that. It's only 30 tonner though, so I'm not really concerned with what that is at this point.
Got a lock.
It was a Victor. Ah, okay. Oh yeah, so yeah, bad angle. The roundness of the head. I thought this line on the model was the head. This is actually I thought the shoulders were more rounded off on the Victor as well. Okay. There we go. It was a Victor.
Orders. Commander.
Best way to get a shot on your dumbass. I'm just going to reserve you again. See where you're going to move first. I'm going to hide down in the water behind the base, because of course you are. Alright.
Good to go.
Well, Archangel can do a jump over here.
Behold, I take flight.
I'll give him line of sight to what our target is up here, and it is a Javelin. Yeah, I'd be really scared of the Javelin, but I'm not a Russian tank, so we're fine. So we should probably... No, 95. We'll just dump some...
Target confirmed.
Dump some...
Our primary target is taking damage.
Just to get its attention and see if we can get it into the fight, get it to wander around the corner so we can blow its head off, and that should be nice. Do a sprint with the Atlas. I really want to get the Atlas ahead. I don't want it lagging behind. The Highlanders we can play hopscotch up through here through the cliffs, and it's not a problem. The Atlas, it's not slow. It's one of the things that's scary about the Atlas. For a 100-ton assault mech with the amount of armor it has and the amount of firepower it has, it's also not slow, but it does need to take a ground route.
Standing by. Position confirmed.
little bit of heat loading, too low a percentage chance to hit though. It's not worth the effort. Just brace. I'll let the Highlanders deal with it as it comes down. I'm expecting there to be a few more up here, actually.
Yes, Commander. Full speed, no target.
Order off left. Bring it up. Hopefully should be able to get a shot on it over the city. I've been contemplating fitting it with jump jets too, just to allow it a little bit of extra mobility, but I haven't really got the tonnage. What's the best soundtrack to play Battletech with? Depends on what you're after. The standard Battletech soundtrack is not bad, which is why if you listen carefully, I've got it turned down, but I do have it running in the background. It's not a bad soundtrack, although it's more orchestral. If you want something a little bit more metal orientated, honestly, the remasters of the older original MechWarrior soundtracks are fantastic and fit right in. So the soundtrack that you've been hearing on the MechWarrior 4 videos, that's just the MechWarrior 4 soundtrack, the unedited version of it. It's great. There's also what I was playing on the intro, which I'll actually pop up quickly for you right here. This is the Timothy Seals New Dawn, essentially a remaster or a recreation of the original Battletech, the original MechWarrior 2 soundtrack. So that one there, and that's fantastic as well. I've been using it on streams, but I'm actually contemplating shooting off an email to him and seeing whether or not he would mind if I actually used his music on some of my my Battletech and MechWarrior related videos on the channel. Yeah, the one thing the MechWarrior and the MechWarrior and Battletech games have never had a problem with is their soundtracks. Their soundtracks have always been fantastic, and a lot of them, like that one, have been remastered by the community because, well, the Battletech community and the MechWarrior community is nothing if not
Waiting for orders.
not dedicated to our love of big stompy robots. Alright, gauze. Yeah, we'll just gauze the Shadowhawk.
Locked and loaded.
And not much else I can do for the moment. My Atlas has a short range configuration, so things have to get closer before it can break them. I have no idea what the hell that Javelin's doing running all the way down here. You know, unless it's trying to avoid, you know, the death that's coming for it. That would make sense.
Ready for orders. Acknowledged.
Move up to there. Yeah, firing line. 2 more mechs up on the ridge. 50 tonners. Yeah, this is exactly the same as that mission we did a while ago with the a risky shot. We might be able to pull it off. Hang on. 35% chance. 2 PPCs. Yeah, the one we did with the Annihilator where we almost lost the Awesome, I believe it was. Well, that was a direct hit to the head, so that was worth the shot. Rattle the Shadowhawk a little bit. For a game that's about 40 years old, Battletech still holds strong. Yeah, it's lore-wise, it does have some inconsistencies in its lore,
What's up,
but
boss?
the people that wrote the lore did a pretty good job from the get-go. Garage is actually running really hot there. We'll just do a gentle move, just so we can get a line down
Got
on
it.
this javelin. Yeah, they wrote a pretty good line with the lore, and they were willing to write in depth. So you saw the star map that I showed before. If you go onto Sana, Sana is essentially the wiki for everything Battletech. Only, unlike a wiki, everything in it is correct, and it's maintained by obsessive Battletech fans. You can search the name of any star system on that map of the thousands of stars that make up the inner sphere, and it has an entry in Sana including the number of planets it has, the type of star it has, the history of any major conflicts that have happened in that star system and when they happened, and links through to what the actual main conflict that those were, what level of build-up they had up until the collapse of the Star League, exactly what the planet was it an industrial planet, what corporations operated on the planet, were they arms manufacturers, and which arms manufacturers are operating. It's like this for every planet in the entire goddamn universe that has ever been created. If you ever wanted to write a story based in the Battletech universe, it is, at least for setting up your world and working out where the fights want to take place, it is probably one of the easiest universes to do it in. Because everything is already written out. You already have the backstories. You already know what all the planets are. So making a story that would fit within the Battletech universe is really easy because you have all the information right there. And it was always written like this. For 40 years, people have been writing lore for this, but they've been writing lore in a way where they always cross-reference everything that came before to make sure that everything lines up. So lore from 40 years ago still works. There's been a couple of retcons here and there, but for the most part, it's been pretty good. And this... pull the medium lasers out and get the shot on the PPC, or I can leave the medium in, pull the PPC... Yeah, we'll pull the PPC out. That'll keep us under the overheat threshold, and then we'll jump down there on the next round. Yeah, it's lore done properly. The only thing I could have ever compared Battletech's lore to, really, was the Star Wars expanded universe before Disney bought it out. Because the expanded universe that took place that was written for Star Wars up until it was decanonized and wiped out, and Disney started doing Disney things to it. It was written by professional authors, and while some stories were better than others, and there was a little bit of jank in there as well, the authors all cross-referenced one another and talked to one another as they were writing the stories. So if one wanted to include a character from somebody else's story, they would bring them in as they're the ones that wrote the original character and make sure the character was consistent on its way through to the next book it was going to go to. So there was a lot of that in a discussion, and it's probably the only other thing that I've seen that comes close. It's sad what happened to that one, but at the very least it hasn't happened to Battletech yet, so we're all good there. Hopefully it never does, too. Alright.
Confirmed.
If we can get another shot off. Although, it's risky, I don't really want to... Yeah, no, we won't do that. We won't do that. I was going to do a headshot, a precision shot on the Shadowhawk, because we've already done head damage to it. But I don't really want to waste the resolve until I've killed the victor.
See how you like this?
That's the primary payday so far, so we'll just right on the Shadowhawk's bone a little bit. Got another injury on the pilot at the very least.
Solid connection on that one.
Disco S, have a great stream, Mags. It was great to catch up with one another. Have to be 6 hours for work. Sleep is calling. Be safe all. Oh, thank you very much, Disco. Yeah, no, you get some sleep, mate. The stream's not going anywhere. This will be uploaded to YouTube probably tomorrow anyway, so you'll be able to watch it there. So you're not going to miss much. Now, you have a good one. Have a good day at work, too. Alright, let's get the Atlas around the corner to start getting the attention of these guys.
Full throttle.
Right, so what are... And we... Oh, you didn't. Oh, you poor, miserable javelin. What did you do that for? What were they? Centurion and Hunchback. Alright, the Hunchback's a concern. We're definitely going to have to deal with that.
What's up, boss?
Ah, you poor bastard. It's going to get a clear line of sight. Not really, and I'm going to put myself... trying to decide what to do here. Resolve's back to 100%. Might be better off. Yeah, let's headshot the Shadowhawk. That should finish the Shadowhawk. I want to make sure that Hunchback's engaged before I bring the Marauder up over to fire on the Victor. We're going to have a round of cooldown as well. There we go. Alright, so that's the Shadowhawk out of play.
Enemy down.
Alright, so the Atlas is going to start doing Atlas
Damage
things
minimal.
now. Alright, cool. Now this is what I was after. Gyrojet's nearly overheated. So Gyrojet needs a oh, damn it, it is safe. I was thinking the Javelin may have managed to walk close enough to let me DFA it off the top of this goddamn hill, but it looks like no.
Lifting off.
Oh, we'll drop down so the Javelin can't ignore us, and I'll just have to do something small. We're not going to overheat. We can do exactly the same attack again. Medium lasers and SRMs at the very least, so we'll go with that.
Acknowledged.
And we can melee in the next round.
I'm here.
Right, Archangel.
Lifting off.
Risky shot, 18%. We have enough resolve to be able to afford to do this. We might get lucky.
Cry havoc.
We did hit the head, not enough to kill it, unfortunately. We will stay where we are there. We do want to disable that AC-20 because that
Engaging
is a
target.
bad day. Hopefully we'll blow that torso. Not quite. You cheeky bastard.
Damage minimal.
Yes, Commander.
Alright. Back to 100% resolve. That's going to push us over, so we have to take the large laser out and just go with the double PPC shot to the hunchback.
I copy.
Alright, we've got a pilot injury and the
Reporting
right
critical
torso is
hit.
destroyed, which means the AC-20 is now out of place. So now that hunchback is nowhere near dangerous, and the Centurion isn't too much of a concern. Great mech, but with the tonnage we've got on the field, it's not that much of a threat.
Ready for orders.
Jump. Cheeky, I'm actually going to have to just chill for a turn
Affirmative.
down there to cool off. Yeah, that hunchback is pretty much neutralized now. Not too concerned about recovering it either, so. Also destroyed. Pilot incapacitated. Alright, we killed the pilot in the
Enemy
cockpit.
mech destroyed.
Right. There's something we've got to deal with.
Warning. Armor low.
Standing by.
Alright, Archangel.
Acknowledged.
Step out and over to provide a second target to the Victor so the Atlas doesn't have to tank all the fire on its own. We're back at 72%. We're going to have to cycle the Marauder down for one turn to cool it off. So, let's see what we can do to the Centurion here. Definitely got some hits in there. Nope. None of those actually hit the head.
What? Watch my six. I laugh at your puny attack.
Waiting for orders.
Right. Dekka's going to brace for one
Stabilizing
turn. Next
and bracing.
turn, Dekka goes up into the city and takes a shot at the Victor. And should be close enough to get all 5 weapons on with a 35% chance to hit the head. Speaking of hitting the head, injury ignored because we've got the
Commander.
protection on board. There we go. Not
Here we
quite a
go.
death from below, above, maybe a death from below.
Reporting critical hit. Losing
And
lots of armor.
knockdown. Where are you moving, Victor? Engaging the Highlander. Okay, okay, you can do that.
Reporting heavy fire.
Actually, turn the Atlas back. It's still being cover there for its back, and we can get the shot directly on.
Engaging target.
CT destroyed, pilot incapacitated. Alright, doesn't matter, it's taken
Enemy
out.
mech destroyed.
Ready for orders.
We'll jump the Highlander into the water just so we can get
Confirmed.
the cool off. The heat reduction, and send a gauze up on the Centurion. Yeah, we got nothing to go for it. And that takes off the autocannon arm on the Centurion.
Solid connection on that one.
That really neuters the threat of the Centurion as well. A few SRMs, a couple of mead lasers. Nothing too concerning.
Damage minimal.
Orders.
Right, now Dekka. is not going to be able to get within line of sight of the victor in one turn. Damn it.
Coordinates received.
Well, we might be able to take it anyway. Head injury to the pilot again. Not enough to kill it, but
Waiting for
enough
orders.
to hurt it.
Moving out.
Let's put the LRMs on this one
Target
again and
acquired.
rain them down. No, we blew the scene there. Oh well, no matter.
Enemy down.
We've already got one mech down that we're going to recover, and you know, this is our primary one, so.
Standing by.
Alright, let's just step the Highlander back and brace it. Line Hunter up around the corner and brace it, so he can drop his heat load as well. And that gives us Decker,
Commander.
who should now... Can't go through anywhere through there. I can only go through here, and that will give me a line
Affirmative.
of sight. But it's still partially interrupted. It's kind of annoying. But doesn't matter. I will take it. 33% chance on the head. Oh, we'll pull out... No, we have to pull the large laser. Otherwise we're going to have too much heat. 4 weapons.
Engaging.
No hits on the head for that heat load. Damn it.
Good to go. Up high.
Your accuracy won't be high enough. Right, we will sensor lock you
Sensors locked on.
for the extra bonus. Just hiding trapped in a corner over there. Been hiding there the whole time. 70% on resolve. We'll go for the headshot at 18. All weapons.
Engaging target. Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Nothing hit the head.
Orders?
Yeah, it's in a shot. Every single position I can potentially move a mech to
Got it, Commander.
has a partially interrupted line of fire.
Taking the shot.
Our target is bugging out. Stop it before it gets away.
It's not bugging out anywhere. He'll never get out. He'll never be able to get out of this spot alive. Now the Marauder's overloaded on heat again. Go for the headshot. Everything is overloaded. Go for the large laser and the 2 medium lasers. Pull the PPCs out. That gives me the best damage combination. We actually drop some heat. Hello, Tel. How's it going, mate?
Ready for orders.
I can't really afford to do much else at
Yes,
the moment.
Commander.
Just reserve everybody where
Stabilizing
they
and
are.
bracing.
Commander? Firing jump jets.
going to make himself difficult
Full
to kill.
throttle.
Alright,
What's
Decker,
up, boss?
sprint down here to the water
Acknowledged.
and then end your turn. We'll see if we can loop around and get him.
Standing by. Hauling ass.
Yep, you're going to turn around and run straight into the front of the Marauder again. Because the only way out of this circle that he's got himself trapped in is here, up and around, and there's his exit. So he has to go this way. He doesn't have a choice. Yeah, I'm going to move the Atlas back. Brace.
I'm receiving you.
Archangel, you
Waiting for
can
orders.
just wait right where you are.
Taking
really.
a protective stance.
Receiving you.
Alright, Decker. Right, precision strike on the head, 35%, all weapons in play.
Affirmative.
Head destroyed, pilot lethal damage, pilot
Hostile
incapacitated.
eliminated.
Got him. Area has been cleared and we can be pulled
Mission
out.
successful.
Well, that was more awkward than difficult. Right, so destroy the target lance and escape, destroy the supporting enemy forces, payment increased by 10%, 10% on nothing is still nothing, 67,000 credits, wouldn't even cover my ammunition costs for this mission. 5 mech kills, Archangel didn't get any of them unfortunately. Small amount of internal damage on the Highlander, that was because of its DFA, and some minor hits to the head of the other Highlander, nothing really significant. Here's the fun part. Alright, so we want the Victor. Now, we can actually take 2 parts Shadowhawk. God, we can take any combination. We take 2 parts Hunchback. We already have 1 part of the Shadowhawk and 1 part of the Hunchback. So we've recovered 3 mechs at this point with the parts that we've already got to put aside. And, you know, we'd only get 1 on those. So that works. And nothing really else matters. We also got 1 part of the Javelin. Looks like we got the 3rd part of the Shadowhawk as well. AC-20, LRM-10, medium lasers. Alright, yeah, so that was pretty much worth it. That is 21 million in claim salvage. We won't get that much for it, obviously. And 3 complete battle mechs that we can sell off, which, yeah, for the weight classes, 4 million, maybe 5 million.
That mech is ready to fight, Commander. That mech you wanted, that mech you asked for, is cleared for fighting.
Alright, so Mech Bay, we get rid of those and put them in storage so we don't have to pay for their maintenance. 1 Victor, which has, yeah, nothing particularly interesting about it, so Victor can go away. Shadowhawks, not super interested in anymore, and the 4G Hunchback, which once upon a time I would have been ecstatic to get, but now it's a little light. Tell not much, my usual mix of tired and grumpy. Ah, don't be grumpy. Although tired I can definitely sympathise with. Alright, so at this point, that's everything on this planet that we can do that's interesting done. So,
I'm
for
receiving
a
you.
change, what we will do here, we'll take the overheat threshold and the 3 health on Archangel. That gets him 10, 9, 10, 10.
Mech Warrior training complete.
So he's only got 1 point in piloting to complete now.
Yes,
Buckshot
Commander.
is still learning.
Ready for orders.
Decker is now
Training confirmed, Commander.
fully trained, so Decker is done.
Ready for orders.
Garajet. %, 3 indirect fire. It's all melee. We'll take the gunnery bonus. 25% base weapon.
Training
support.
complete.
So we'll grab that one. Hunter's done.
I'm here.
Marvel is nothing to spend.
Standing
Medusa is fully trained.
Need something, Chief?
Picnic hasn't been out for a while,
Waiting
and
for
neither is
orders.
Unruly. Okay, so that's all of our mech warriors up to date. Our mechs are all sorted out. So at this point, we're going to go contracts, and we're actually going to do the next campaign mission. So, Liberation Itrom. Proceed to Itrom, where you'll assist the Restoration Army's efforts to liberate House Galas. The enemy will be fighting from a position of relative isolation. Take advantage of this. We suggest a lance built to maximize rapid damage dealing potential. Heat management it will also be essential. Further details to be provided on your arrival. So an assault lance, that's what you want. It's alright, I can do that.
Calculating course now, Commander.
And the best part about these is I don't have to worry about paying the transit fees. So they'll fly me out there for nothing and then give me a fat paycheck on the end of it as well. Any gestures at the overall general state of the world? I have a reason. Yes, this is true. I can give you the same recommendation I've given others before. I think I've given you before. Turn off social media for a week. Turn off social media for a week. Turn off the news for a week. Turn off all the feeds. If something really important happens, you'll find out anyway. Otherwise, just turn it off. I'm following everything that's going on in Ukraine at the moment, but I'm getting very nearly to the saturation point myself, where I'm pretty much going, you know what? I'm thinking I'm just going to turn social media off for a week and stop following it.
Got a new financial
Even stop
report for
following
you,
it on
Commander.
Discord. We got a dedicated channel on my Discord to discussing the Ukraine events, and yeah, looking to do the same thing. A week's too short, a month even. Yeah, this is true. Longer the better, but you'll be amazed what a week can do to your outset. You'll be feeling really down, everything's all shitty in the world, and you're just not feeling great. Turn social media off for a week and do something else. Sleep, read a book, do stuff that you enjoy. You sit down a week later and you feel so much better. So social media is friggin' terrible. The only reason I use it is because you kind of have to if you are on YouTube, and you kind of have to if you run a business these days. You don't really have a choice. Social media is the primary means of advertisement for every small business, and it's the primary means of advertisement for every YouTuber. So I don't have a choice. I'll be perfectly honest with you though, I can't understand why fucking anybody else is on it. If I didn't have a small business, if I was working a 9 to 5 for somebody else, and I didn't have a YouTube channel or I didn't stream, I wouldn't be on social media at all. Period. Night, my sister. Have a good one. Too much of a news junkie. Need my daily fixes of woe. Yeah, I get that, but stumble over my words here. That's what gets to you. That's what gets you down. I mean, just go outside, look around. There's horrible things happening in the world all the time. Most of them don't actually make the news, so you're never aware that they're actually happening. It's terrible that some of the shit that is happening. But, yeah, go outside, look at the sky, go for a walk in the park, and realize that you're lucky it's probably not happening to you. So destroying yourself over it isn't really beneficial to anybody. Just sometimes, that's just what you're going to do. Only reason why I have a social media is Messenger and WhatsApp. Cheaper than calling people. Yeah, well, that's fair. That's fair. Actually, all things considered, I probably would have a social media. It would be something like Facebook, and that's all I would have. And I would have it locked down so I don't get any info feeds from anything except the people that I want to talk to. That's probably as far as it would go. I most certainly wouldn't be on something like Twitter or any of those other discussion platforms. Alright, so we've got nothing else to do. We just let this one run through. Ah, we do have one. Alright, power interlock. If we don't bypass the faulty interlock, we're looking at a 17% drop across the board. Medusa is animated, practically shouting, and you try to remember how you got drawn into this argument. Apparently, with his technical background, Medusa thinks he has identified a serious flaw in the Argo's secondary power interlock. For her part, Dr. Murad insists the interlock is working correctly. We're lucky it's only 17%. That isn't the interlock. These systems have just missed several centuries worth of annual maintenance. Your plan would potentially expose the entire central core to an overload. Only if it doesn't work, Medusa fires back. Leave the power systems alone. Ask Dr. Murad to test Medusa's idea. You know what? Let's take a risk. You say, Dr. Murad, can you run a small-scale test to find out what would happen? She frowns at you and says, I suppose it's worth examining. She turns to Medusa to develop a testing plan. A few hours later, the power goes out in the command center. When you find Dr. Murad, she's elbow deep in a power conduit. I can fix the damage Medusa's bright idea caused, but we're going to have to replace some parts. I will thank you to keep that mech warrior away from critical systems in a failure in the future, Commander. You lose 20,000. Medusa has gained the following tags for 30 days low spirits. Damn it. I was sort of hoping that worst that could happen is we'd spend money, but the low spirits is what I was trying to avoid. Because we might need Medusa in the next mission. And we're about to arrive at Itrom. Alright, ready to proceed with the current contract? Not yet. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so we've got no store access here at all. Okay, fair enough. I guess we do let's launch the contract. Highlanders, Highlanders, Highlanders. We'll keep the Highlander in play. We might... Marauder's going to be a little warm. 1500. $1680. Toying bringing the King Crab in as a replacement for the Marauder, but part of me sort of thinking, you know, we could keep the Marauder in play for this mission. It's a priority mission, but it's only a 3-skull. Now, the Marauder isn't particularly heat efficient, but it's very, very weapons efficient when it actually gets on target. We might have to maintain Decker piloting it, though, because Medusa's low spirits. Gyrojet, I think, is fine in the Highlander. Archangel's fine in the Highlander. It's still that damage issue and the ammunition count. We don't have enough ammunition. Yeah, those king crabs still need some working over. I might just leave it at this. I'll just leave this one at this.
Mech warriors, prepare for combat.
Yep, story time. I'm going to run through. We haven't done a story mission in like the last 3 streams. I think it's about time we pick up one. I do want to complete this campaign at some point and then load up the mods so we can start having some fun with that. Because I want to go blow up some clanners, and that's the next mod. I want to watch the clanners come in, and I'm going to go up and meet them, and I'm going to see if I can acquire myself a couple of shiny clan mechs. So this one here will pay us 1.4 million, and we get a 315 salvage option, which is part of the reason why I want to bring the Marauder along, because there might be a boss mech that's
Command
worth headshotting
interface
here.
initiated.
I can't remember this mission particularly well, to be perfectly honest. Welcome to the Badlands of Itrom, Commander. The sands of the desert are rich in exotic elements that play havoc with electronic sensors and communications. Without use of House Galea's signal boosting equipment, you wouldn't even be receiving this message. Actually, I think I do remember this one. Badlands are a gold mine in rare earth metals and fissile materials. The Directorate has seized control of House Galea's largest processor and refinery. They're getting ready to move a year's supply of exotic materials off-world. I need you to capture at least one of these silos for the restoration. Choose your target, engage its defenders, destroy them. Our recovery team will take care of the rest. You need to act quickly though. Directorate will wire the silos to self-destruct if you give them the chance. Same radiation that's garbling the Directorate's long-range communications will render the sensors useless. You can detect them, but they won't even know where you're there until you enter the direct line of sight. The silos won't be able to communicate with one another. Because of this, I would advise you engage the silos one at a time. Choose a target, clear out the defenders before moving on to the next. If you're careful, you'll be able to hit all 3 silos one after the other, and the Directorate's troops will be none the wiser.
While capturing one working silo is your primary objective, we can always use more. The restoration will pay an additional bounty for each silo you capture beyond the first. Good hunting, Commander.
Alright, yeah, so I don't remember the exact mech layout of this mission, but it is a good thing we didn't bring the King Crab. It's too slow. We need something that's got some decent speed. The Atlas is fine. The Highlanders are fine. You know, they're not super fast, but they've got some decent movement.
Affirmative.
The Marauder is actually the slowest.
I copy.
Actually, sorry. The Marauder is actually the fastest. Okay, why am I thinking the Marauder is actually the slowest? But regardless, the speed boosting here, or the speed grouping here, isn't too bad. The King Crab is about half the speed of an Atlas, so... was that a path? It's a path that leads around the rear to the silo. That one leads up to the next silo. Okay, yeah, that's the one we need to take. Okay.
Acknowledged.
Well, Decker is playing the role of scout, which is what he's actually qualified for. He's just scouting in a Marauder. So after this, off to Turian space to stirring the pot. Not sure yet. We might do another story mission. It depends on what. Depends on what suits. The issue is here, I am still looking for equipment.
Onward.
I'm relatively happy with the mechs we've got. Obviously, it could always be better. 4 Atlases is 4 Atlases. But at this
Sensor showing,
point,
I don't know.
the
something.
real issue that I have is a shortage of equipment. We've got those 2 King Crabs, and I want
my
to
way.
get them upgraded. But I don't have the
Heading
gear for
out.
it. I'd like to upgrade a couple of the other mechs as well. I'd like to try and SLDF upgrade the 2nd Highlander, at least as much as can be done. But I just don't have
Good to go.
the equipment that I'm going to need for that. So 45, 25, there's nothing heavy here. 60, 55. The vehicle's the heaviest thing on this one. So we might smash over. We might head towards Turian space, but we might smash a few
Standing by.
higher difficulty worlds on the way through, just to see whether or not we can actually,
Affirmative.
you know, dig up some lost tech, or at the very least some upgraded standard gear. I need some Gauze rifles. I want to do one of the King Crabs with dual Gauze rifles.
I await your command. Affirmative.
Unfortunately, the experimental Marauder build that I did a couple of streams back to see if I could build
You're
a
getting
better
close,
sniper,
Commander. Be
which
careful with
didn't
your
work
positioning.
out too well, cost
If
me
they
both
pick up
my
a
spare
visual
Gauss
on you,
rifles,
they'll
which
go
would
on
have been
high alert,
great.
sensors or no sensors.
Well, kinda. It's dual Gauss rifles in the King Crab. It's less of a sniper and more for the
Commander?
fact that because it's a 100-ton mech, it doesn't have the 35% targeting bonus that the Marauder gets. But because it's a 100-ton mech, it can carry a lot of ammunition for those Gauss rifles, and it can essentially dual fire them every round, so it can put out ridiculous amounts of damage. Only problem with it is the elevation gear on the arms. Thankfully not too much of a problem in Battletech. Yeah, MechWarrior 5. Which, interestingly enough, shouldn't actually be a major issue with the King Crab. The arms are wide and nothing in the torso is actually blocking their movement. It should be able to aim the arms up without too much of an issue. The actual torso itself, it's a bit like the Marauder. It turning the torso up should be a problem. But the arms should be fairly well articulated.
Position confirmed.
And the claw configuration on the King Crab is meant to provide protection for the weapon systems that are on board, so holding something like a Gauss rifle in it should be the smart move, because it's more heavily armoured than most mechs on the arms, and it can close its claw over the weapon systems in order to protect them. That, of course, isn't modelled in Battletech, the closing feature at least, but...
I'm ready.
Alright. Well, Archangel clear first. Actually, we'll just move them up a little bit further so I can bring all of the mechs around the corner at about the same time.
Full throttle.
Solo Alpha's detected your presence. Act quickly, Commander. If you give them enough time, they'll set the silo to self-destruct.
Alpha Lance, fall in on my position. I've got eyes on the enemy.
Come on. Alright.
What's up, boss?
Party time. Decker's up first. We have a blackjack. Precision strike. We'll go straight for the head. All weapon systems. It's nearly going to overheat the Marauder on our first turn.
Affirmative.
Head destroyed. Pilot lethal damage. Pilot incapacitated.
Enemy
Alright.
down.
Blackjack's down with the initial salvo. That's why I brought Decker along and why I brought the Marauder. That's precisely what I was looking for that thing to do. We're not actually going to be able to do much this turn with Gyrojet.
Affirmative.
What's the vehicle?
Got a lock.
SRM carrier. Alright, so the vehicle definitely needs to be taken out next. SRM carriers are nasty.
Orders?
Yes.
I'm going.
Bring Archangel up to engage the SRM carrier. It's going to be overkill, but there's no kill quite like overkill. Probably just stuck in firing rail. SRM carrier out of play. 2
Bye
units
now.
down, 4 rounds remaining. Hunter clear next in the Atlas. So it'll be able to tank the 2 mechs. We got a Griffin and we have a Commando. So we will precision strike the center torso of the Griffin. I just want to get everything focused just on that torso. I'm not too concerned with the headshot, although we could track the head. We're likely to hit the torso and the left and right torsos anyway. Oh yeah, we'll give it a roll. We might get lucky.
Engaging target.
It definitely caused an injury. Right, 3 turns remaining. Only 2 mechs remaining on target, so we've got to destroy these pretty clean, pretty quickly.
Waiting for orders.
Right, Decker's up next. Clear the corner. The Marauder is almost overheating. We'll go for the headshot. Pull a PPC. Pull the large laser. Pull one of the mediums. That's the better option. Large laser, 2 mediums. Go for the head.
Got it.
Well, we still hit. It was only with a medium laser though, that was all.
Commander.
Alright, full strike on the Commando. We'll pull the LRMs out because they're pointless at this range.
Got it. Critical hit, Commander.
And nice dust storm. Yeah, the visibility is kind of crap here at the moment. But that seems to be the thing with this
Ready for
world.
orders. Moving to position.
Let's see if we can take...
Cry havoc.
None of that hit the head. What a disappointment. Right, we're going to overheat if we try and do that. We probably pull the AC-20 out of play here. That drops the heat down on the Atlas quite a bit.
Engaging target.
Should be enough. Yep, that's Commando out.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Standing by.
Now Decker
On my way.
can actually get into this water here. Amazingly, there is actually water here. Go for the shot on the head. Pull the large laser. No, we can't double up. Alright, that'll do.
Confirmed.
There we go. Restoration dropship pilot, engineers deployed. They're defusing the charges now.
Nicely done, Commander. The storage silo is ours. I'm marking an evac zone on your map.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, you may proceed there for extraction.
No, not quite yet.
Got it.
Let's jump you down
Up
here.
high.
Alright, so objective 1 has cleared. Now we can go for the next one.
Rolling.
Location confirmed.
We're going to have to jump you again. You're still on a ridge.
Engaging jump jets.
And the good part is, all of these mechs can cool down as they're heading towards the next target. Now, this one. Gotta remember the terrain on this one. That goes into the ravine. The Highlanders may be able to go that way, but the others are going to have to go this way. Ah well, we'll work that out
On my way.
as we get a little closer.
Coordinates received.
On my way. Ready for orders.
Garage it to catch up, and we'll just actually brace them all for a turn so they're sort of grouped up.
Stabilizing. Engaging coolant system.
I'm your spaniel.
Yeah,
I copy.
Gara keeps getting caught up. Whoa, wrong one. Hit escape one too many times. Yeah, I'm not... I don't remember how to get through here. I think... Yeah, this path leads straight through to this one. Yeah, oh, we'll go for this one, because I can see this one, because it's got a road on it, which makes it nice and easy to navigate.
Moving to position. Roger that.
Roger.
Tonner.
Yes,
well,
Commander.
No big. We'll keep going through.
Aye, aye.
Orders. Haulin' ass.
I'm here. Got it, Commander.
Full throttle.
Alright. So a 40 tonner. That's all that's visible at this point.
Receiving you.
So we'll get Decker just to here and
Moving out.
park. He's not going to advance any further in, so we don't trigger the facility. And I'm not going to scan anything either.
Receiving you. Acknowledged.
Yes, I said I can't really remember how to get up to that north one. I know I've captured that one before. I know at one point I've jump jet over here. Actually, that might be right. I think we followed the path around here. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I can't quite remember the layout of this mission and the mechs you face. brace this one here, make sure they're grouped up so they're ready to push in on the next turn.
I'm receiving you. I'm your spaniel.
Ready for orders.
Don't wanna... 55, 40 ton. Haven't set off the alarms yet, so I can move everything up to as far as Decker is.
Yes, Commander. Going
be
full
fine.
speed.
On the next turn, we've got to sprint them in.
Commander?
Right. Alright, so I'm going to send Decker after the 55 tonner. One of the Highlanders can go after the 40 tonner, and then we'll split the difference.
Orders. Heading out.
And they'll be alerted now. Under alert, take it quickly before they have time to destroy it.
Weapons hot, Charlie Lance. We've got incoming battle mechs in my
35
position.
and 60 tons. So it looks like the same layout as before. Precision strike. All weapons on the Shadowhawk's head.
All weapons are go.
Damage, not enough to kill it.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
Disappointed, Decker, not as good as last round. The Cicada is the next one. Okay, it's coming around that way. Fair enough.
Good to
Oh,
go.
Gyro, guess what? You get that one. We'll pull the SRM-6. And we'll pull the 2 medium lasers. I suppose we keep one of them in. No, we'll pull them out. 50% too low. Go for that.
Taking the shot.
Head hit without aiming.
They've got a sensor lock on me.
I'm your spaniel.
Alright. Yeah, we'll send Archangel up to assist with the Cicada first. Because they can both jump jet the ridge. Yeah, this is just a kill the mech. I want it gone. Destroyed. Left leg destroyed. Side torso destroyed.
Take
Pilot
that.
injured. And if it's only got 3 health, we may have just killed it. Knockdown, pilot injured. Nope, more than 3 health on the pilot. So at least 4 health, possibly 5. Regardless, that'll make sure all of its bonuses are gone. And Atlas is not going to get within range of anything for this turn. We have 5 rounds, so I'm going to sprint the Atlas all the way
Full
in.
throttle.
.35 tonner going out of the back to break line of sight.
Yes, Commander.
Decker is running hot. Shadowhawks drop down in the water as well. Actually, that's not so bad because this is going to give me a
Understood.
turn
Moving
to pull
fast.
the Marauder off. Although it is a delaying action that they're going for here. And I've got to watch that because if this thing pops, it'll blow my mechs.
Standing by.
Alright, Gyrojet. Center torso, everything on. LRM-6 is out of play. Kill it, please. Yes, cool.
Target eliminated.
They will be done.
Four turns. We haven't got the other three yet. Alright, that should get me a line of sight on the 60-tonner. There it is, SRM carrier. We'll get the autocannon in there as well. I want to make sure it dies.
Engaging target.
Good. It's 2 down.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Now with 3 rounds remaining. Jenna's just pulled itself into line of sight for the next round against the Highlanders, so hopefully we can take it with the Gauss rifle.
Commander?
Decker should hopefully be able to finish off the Shadowhawk. Pull that medium laser.
Locked on target.
There we go. Shadowhawk's out of play.
One less target.
Commander. Here we go.
Actually lose heat if we do that. We'll just do an LRM
On it.
strike.
Standing by. Rolling. Welcome to my Alpha.
Ammunition explosions on board.
The Cobra
That's
strike.
also destroyed. And Hunter in the Atlas should be able to finish it, and that will be the end.
Engaging target.
There we go. Yeah, I would say the pilot's pretty incapacitated on that one. Okay. 7 rounds remaining in the AC-20, so that's getting a
Waiting
little
for
light
orders.
on. Still got 12 in the Gauss rifle.
Receiving you.
And we're 2 captured. And I think that's our path north. Well, that's the path to the next one.
I'm going.
I think.
Jumping.
Copy that.
Copy that.
What's up, boss?
At this point, we don't appear
Move
to have
order
alerted
received.
them. I think we're about to, though.
Yes, Commander.
What we'll do, we'll get
Affirmative.
Gyro up on top. Tons, probably a commando.
I live to serve.
Standing by.
No alert yet.
Orders. Aye, aye.
Full throttle.
Yes, Commander.
Nope, that's too close.
Confirmed.
Orders?
Right, next
On the
turn.
move.
Yeah, on
Ready for
Decker's
orders.
next turn, we engage. Alright,
Acknowledged.
stay right there. And these guys can both stay as well.
Stabilizing. Engaging coolant system.
Waiting for orders.
Right, maybe on his next turn we don't. Right, we will, hang on a second, reserve. We'll reserve again.
I'm ready.
Archangel can get into missile range there.
Acknowledged.
Wait, I see. We're coming. Oh, yeah, I get it. I get it. I couldn't see that on the terrain angle before.
Ready for
We're
orders.
actually coming up on a ridgeline. That makes
Confirmed.
sense. It's not a completely down slope. Ah, damn it. Too close.
Lock and load, Bravo Lance. We've got company.
We are not going to be able to hit anything this turn. Oh, this is going to be nasty.
What's up, boss?
At the very least.
Location confirmed.
We can take the vehicle. PPCs and SRMs into the LRM carrier.
Affirmative.
That should destroy it first round. Cool. Plate.
Vehicle down.
Alright, I'm going to have to sprint the Atlas up to make sure it has room to engage next turn. A Trebuchet, 20 tons and 50 tons. Trebuchet would be a nice kill for Decker. It's a Locust, not a Commando. Okay. Very brave.
Damage minimal.
Good to go.
Right. Decker up. Precision strike on the trebuchet, all weapons cycling.
Roger that.
There we go, that's the kind of introduction he's supposed to make.
Hostile eliminated. I'm showing minor damage.
Receiving you.
Gyrojet. Can actually just move into the water and cool down for one turn. She's too far away to actually make any use for these remaining targets.
They will be done.
Archangel. Melee attack the Locust. That should hopefully knock it. Right leg destroyed. That should take away all of its speed bonuses that make it hard to hit. And this is going to be somewhat bullying, but
Engaging physical attack.
that's the Locust dealt with.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Yes, Commander.
Now we just need to take the Centurion. So we can get Decker into
Roger.
a sniper position. But it's probably best if we actually cool him down for one turn. Still got 3 rounds to kill the Centurion.
Good to go.
Right, now
Moving to position.
the Devil gold medal. I think I shat myself. What? Possibly sharing too much information, mate. Yeah, blockages against the Atlas. No direct line of sight. That's annoying. Yeah, we'll take that shot.
Engaging target.
Most of it made it past the rock.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Waiting for orders.
And we'll do a quick jump, actually, with the Highlander. Because that gets us above the rock formation down here, and we can actually do a shoot down. Precision strike.
Firing all weapons.
Also destroyed, right arm destroyed. Centurion's main weapons are out of play.
This just in.
Pilot
Critical hit.
injured, which opens up Decker. We have 2 turns
Waiting
remaining.
for orders.
Precision strike. Go for the head. This will probably pop the torso.
Firing
but it
all
doesn't
weapons.
matter either way. Done.
Mech destroyed.
Alright, thanks to you, Directorate has suffered a major setback, and we've gained a valuable new asset. 3 cheers. If you excuse us, Lady Urano, we need to get these mechs hosed down and decontaminated. Come on, Commander. Yang's got a big tub of boron. It's just dying to use it. The area has been cleared. Darius has given me a green light to land immediately. Hold position.
Mission successful.
Alright, that was pretty straightforward. I've taken all 3 of those before, but I'm pretty sure the last time I did it I had more jump jet mechs. And I went and took the north one first and then came back around to take the bottom one. Which in hindsight was probably the wrong way to do it, but I'm pretty sure that's how we did it. So, take advantage of Itrom's sensor interference and approach the Directorate units unseen. Success. Eliminate Directorate mechs to secure resource silos. Success. Act quickly to prevent the Directorate from sabotaging the silos. Success. Capture storage silo Alpha. Contract pay increased by 25%. Beta 25%. And Charlie by 25%. 2.4 million payout for this. And then we go to the salvage. Now, mech-wise, 3 mechs in a vehicle with the Atlas, 1 vehicle with the SLDF Highlander, which is, it's kind of disappointing. The last couple of rounds, that one hasn't done a lot. Decker killed everything. And our second grade Highlander actually pulled some pretty heavy work as well. Alright, so, salvage. We've got some options here. I can take 2 parts Shadowhawk, guarantees it's a Shadowhawk. Commando's not worth much, but I can guarantee us recovering the Commando that way. And then I can just bet on the random roll that we pull out 3 pieces of any of the rest of these. Or 2 pieces of the Centurion. Yeah, we'll do the random roll. Alright, what did we get? 1 part Blackjack. We got 1 part Griffin. And none of the other mechs that we headshot, which is really disappointing. AC-5s, LRM-15s, MGs, SRM-6s, out the wazoo, and ammo. That's actually some pretty disappointing salvage overall. But we pulled 2 mechs out of it, so it's money. We have money. Samantha Gallius, Lady Arano, after almost 2 years of Directorate imprisonment, I'd nearly lost hope for myself, for Itrom, for the entire Agorian Reach. I owe you my eternal gratitude, all of you. Because of your actions, the Directorate's hold on Itrom has been broken and my people have been saved. For now, you probably shouldn't get too comfortable yet. Save your thanks. We're here. Yeah, we're here because we need help. That's what we're here for, Lady Gallus. No need to be too much of a downer. We'll be cocky. Yes, it is, but their continued survival is anything but certain. I'm going to be honest with you, Lady Gallus. I had to wade through a sea of blood to reach Itrom. My army is war-weary and outgunned, and the Reach is on the verge of being overrun. So if you know anything that can help us, I need you to share it with me. Yes, Lady Arano, I can help you. I know where you can find what you'll need to break the Directorate's alliance with the Taurian Concordant. You need to travel to Goldra, Lord Madeira's home system. And what are we supposed to find there? You promised us evidence, not another lead to follow. That's right, your search, if you search the Madeira archives, you'll find what you need. Over the past 3 years, House Madeira has collected a treasure trove of incriminating evidence on House Espinosa, an insurance policy, so to speak. Find it and deliver it to Protector Cauldron, and our Taurian problems will be over. The archives are DNA locked to my family. We're going to gain access to this insurance policy. I'll need to travel there myself. Hopefully not at the head of an army. You've seen what war has done to Itrom. I pray Gildara can be shared the same fate. Thunderous roar cuts off Lady Gallus to send us short, and the image on your view screen cuts to nothing. Holy shit, Lady Arano. Sensors are picking up evidence of a massive fuel-air explosion in the capital. Castle Gallius is gone. The bastards must have planted a bomb before we drove them away. It's tragic, but at least we learn what we need to know. Yet another mass murder to hold Espinosa accountable for. Vengeance comes later, Hunter. People are dying down there. Alexander, get emergency services to the capital, medical teams, combat engineers, whoever you can find. We need to search the wreckage for survivors. I'll dispatch our forces right away. I'll travel as the appropriate go, but Yep, okay, fair enough. Yes, emotional shit that I don't care too much about. We have our next mission. This is his family talking about. He should go be the one to deal with them. I hate to break it to you, but right now the Argo isn't all that safe either. Yes, he shouldn't. As much as I hate it, I understand. Very well, old friend. You must go if you must. Yep. Okay. Too long-winded. Let's get to work. Alright, skipping a little bit there in the wind, there in the end. Some of the, oh no, you can't do this, no! Conversation gets a little boring after a while. I think this is like the third or fourth time we've ran into something like that.
That mech you wanted is back online.
Let's go to our mech base. All of our mechs are on damage. We can put the Shadowhawk in the storage bins for sale later, and the Commando. Still don't have a good mech to put into our tertiary lance. Not that we ever use it. Now, we have access to a store now, so let's see what we've actually got, because we're sitting on 12 million. Good afternoon, Two Hands. Alright, so we can buy a complete archer, or we can buy some parts, complete locust and a complete quick draw. Don't need any of those weapons. Nothing really great there either. Ammo I'm fine with. Gyros, ammo, it's all... yeah, it's kind of trash. Yeah, not much there. Not much worth taking. Alright, so at this point, what else do we have on this planet that we can do? Attack and defend. Battle. Capture base. Battle. Four-skull assassination mission. That's tempting. And we have an off-world mission to Ryan's Fate that'll take 15 days to get there that we can be covered. It is a destroy base mission, so we won't be doing that one. So I think we'll do Thorn in the side, but if nobody minds, I might jump up and quickly stretch the legs and grab a drink at the moment. We've been at this one for a little while. Also, I wouldn't mind actually checking to see how the stream health is going at this point. Alright, this is going better than I expected. I'm looking at it on this end, and I've dropped virtually no frames. 0.2% over the entire stream so far, and we've been going for a little over 2 hours. So this is good. I think I might keep these settings, and I might have to start poking around some of the other titles and see whether or not this is what the problem was. Anyways, I will... that's not the one I want here. Hang on. That one! Well, that is not reading as it's supposed to be. There we go. Okay. Cool. Back in just a second, guys. Just grabbing a quick drink. Alright, and I am back. Vox request denied. Continue providing entertainment, slave. No, get stuffed. Been playing a lot of Mech for MechWarrior 5 lately, and it added a lot of needed depth to the simulation to me, the game that it should have been from the very start. Yeah, me and Bog, Dick, and Deadmeat were doing some MechWarrior 5 last night, and we were actually discussing it, because we've reached the point in MechWarrior 5 where we're sort of, because we're still continuing on from our Kestrel Lancers campaign that we played ages ago, where we did the Kestrel Lancers campaign very earlier on while we were under-equipped. Well, we've reached the point now where we're juggling 100-ton mechs, because we can. And we were discussing actually jumping over to the Merktech mod as well, to see whether or not we could make things a little bit more interesting. And I think it might be the way to go. We've got to look into it, how to make sure we've got it all set up so that we can actually co-op it. But I'm thinking that might be the go. Vox, I'm sorry I lashed out back there. Coffee days where you had to sail to Africa, plant coffee and wait for the harvest to come back. Yes, no, those are gone. Although I have had a couple of coffees recently, although I shouldn't have, and I'm slapping myself for it. I've gone back to my tea again, but I try not to take that long on a break. At least now I can actually stream and do things. Alright, let's flick back over to the main screen anyway. Okay, cool. So, yeah, but on what I'm discussing with the frames dropped, just while I'm having a quick rest here before we continue up. I mentioned it sort of at the start of the screen that I was playing with some new settings. After the recent attempt at doing VR American Truck Simulator that went, well, most of you were there. It did not work out the way it was meant to. I thought that might have been my connection just breaking down or something going astray. Although it was confusing because I had no problems with it up until I started trying to stream. So I started messing with my settings in here. I'm wondering, I haven't done a test on VR American Truck Simulator again, but I'm going to have to start doing that, because one thing I've always had a problem with OBS is capturing VR. The VR plugin for OBS has never worked properly, and I know it's worked properly for other people. And my computer, theoretically, should have no problems with it. I've got a 3080, I've got 128 gigs of RAM, and I've got a 5900X. So it's a fairly... it's not the top system you can build, but it's a fairly beastie piece of kit. And yet I can't get the streaming plugin to work, and I know people on significantly less powerful systems have been getting them to work. I've always, when streaming using hardware encoding on the GPU, which is what I normally use, had frame rate drops when streaming normally. I've got next to nothing here at the moment. And right now I'm actually using the CPU and my so my 5900X and the 128 gig of RAM to handle all the encoding rather than the 3080. I'm wondering whether or not the 3080 actually disagrees with OBS. I'm wondering whether or not the sudden loss of frame drops, because my net connection hasn't got any better. In fact, my net connection tonight is not particularly great. It's better than it has been over the last week, but it's not awesome by any means. So I'm wondering whether or not it's actually just OBS is not getting along with my 3080, and the fact that I've been trying to use the 3080 to do all the hardware encoding is actually what's causing the issue. If I can get the VR plugin to work on CPU encoding, it's the video card. I have heard that in co-op, Mech suffers from several issues that are hard-coded in the game, but people playing together is very active Discord server, so it works at least. Yeah, that's what we need to work. It's always an issue when you're trying to get mods working together. We actually had an issue last night. We're using a mod at the moment on Mech 5 that allows you to... it adds new missions and new resources to the game, so you can have massive base captures and much more extravagant missions than the vanilla game actually creates. But mine actually bugged out, and I walked into a mission. Deadmeat, Dick, and Bog could all see the base that we were attacking. For me, it was just an open flat field, and nothing was there. I couldn't shoot anything. The only things I could shoot were things that were vanilla assets in the game. So I could kill all the mechs that were spawning, but I couldn't attack the base. I couldn't even see the base. The base could shoot me, however. I could still be destroyed by the base's guns, even though I couldn't see them. So there's always some issues with modding like that. We've just got to... MagzTech, as I understand, it's a little bit more complicated, so we might have to tune it a bit to make it work. Devil says, and maybe because I've had issues with NVEC and OBS. Yeah, well, NVEC encoding is exactly what I was using. So NVEC is OBS's GPU encoding, and I've switched it back over to just the standard CPU encoding. So, yeah, H.264. On multi-core, like the 5900X is more than fine. Yeah, well, that's what I'm running right now, and I'm having no problems at all. There is no frame drops. I've normally sit at a minimum over a 3-hour stream at between 5 to 7% frame drop, and I consider that to be perfectly fine for what I'm doing. But I'm on 0.2 at the moment, and we've been going for over 2 hours. So we'd have to have a really bad end of stream to get to that. So yeah, I'm wondering. I think tomorrow I might have to drag the SimPit over, load up the VR, and see whether or not I can make that VR capture codec suddenly work. And if it suddenly works out of the blue, it's the GPU. It's OBS not getting along with NVEC and the 3080. Which is an interesting thing, because I haven't seen that listed anywhere as a potential problem. Anyways, let's get back to it. Thorn in the side. So... this is a max pay 1 million, 315 max salvage, 4 skull assassination mission. Hopefully, there's something good on the end of this. We're going to forgo all the money because we don't need it. We're on 12.5 million, and I've got like an armory's worth of battle mechs just sitting in cold storage at the moment. And we'll go with exactly the same mech loadout once again. I know it's pretty boring that I'm doing exactly the same one, but this is the ideal build for capturing mechs. And we'll go with the same... yeah, we'll go with the same pilot loadout. Medusa's still on low spirits. Gyrojet still needs some work. Archangel still needs 1 point in pilot. Well, we might have to rotate in some other pilots soon enough. Alright, so we'll just deploy on that.
Mech warriors, prepare for combat.
Hopefully it is the video card. It sounds odd to say, but hopefully it is just a disagreement between OBS and the 3080. Because, as I said, I've got a 5900X. I've got cores to spare. There isn't a game in existence that multi-core's hard enough to max out my CPU. And I've deliberately loaded myself up on RAM to account for next generation VR. I've got myself enough RAM in the system that theoretically I should be able to load the entirety of most of my games that I play in VR onto a RAM drive and load them straight out of memory. It should be enough. Actually, that reminds me, I've got to pull the computer apart tomorrow anyway. I've got a new NVMe SSD that has arrived that needs to go in to solve my storage issues, which I've been having. I think that's an Atlas. I've got Victor's on the brain now, and I'm wondering whether or not it's actually a Victor, but that really looked like an Atlas silhouette. Where's mine? Yeah, that could be an Atlas. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. If it is, we'll have 2 of them. Alright, so we've got reinforcements coming from the right over water. Smugglers on the left and the leader at the back line. Okay. And we've been presented with all the water in the world to keep our mechs cool, so we can Alpha
Acknowledge.
strike to our heart's content,
On my way.
despite the fact that
On
this
my
world
way.
being not ideal for that kind of stuff. It's a little warm here.
Keep your eyes peeled, Commander. This looks like an ideal place for an ambush.
Isn't it time Unruly got his feet wet to find out if he gets motion sick in a mech or not? Yeah, this is true. Unruly needs to start being trained up, but not on a 4-skull assassination mission that might have an Atlas at the end of it. I need people that can get the shooting bonuses. But you're right, I do need to do some lower skill
Rolling.
missions, and I do need to rotate some of these mechs out and start testing some of the others. So,
Confirmed.
yeah, we're going to have to probably do that.
Waiting for orders.
We'll have some time to travel around again here in a moment.
Coordinates
So.
received.
Right, so I'm actually going to beeline directly over this way, find these guys and kill them before they can do anything. Actually, just thinking about it, Hunter is probably going to go this way, because then we've got a crossover point. Probably all going to
Onward.
want to go this way.
Location confirmed.
We don't need to walk up the path and then walk up that way. We can just cross over straight here, kill these guys, then we can go uphill or drag these guys down and we can kill them from the water, and then go after our primary target. Yeah, because we were doing the... actually, no, we can't go through there. It's too deep. Alright, fair enough. We do have to go up this way. Okay.
Roger that.
Location confirmed.
Although that's not actually lore accurate. The water shouldn't be too deep.
Enemy
Depends
detected.
on whether or not it's got sheer drops is more the question. Because mechs are sealed, completely environmentally sealed inside, so they can be dropped into the depths and they won't crush.
Yes, Commander.
There's actually a mission at the end of Mech Warrior 2 Ghost Bear's Legacy where you get loaded up into a clan gargoyle and dropped to the bottom of the ocean. And it's an interesting one because you get some custom weapons that are specifically set up for it, because ballistic weapons won't work at the depths you're at, and neither will missiles, obviously. But your missile launchers on the gargoyle get swapped out for torpedo launchers, and you get short-range energy weapons.
Moving to position.
Actually, I think there might be a ballistic that's a ballistic weapon that's sort of like a harpoon as well. I'm not 100% on that, but yeah, it's one of the few missions you get all these specialized custom weapons that are designed for dealing in combat that is actually below water, and you get dropped down to you're like 2,000 feet down.
I've got a sensor
Yeah, it's
lock.
a really cool mission. Really low visibility. You don't get to see anything until it's particularly close, and it's obviously all of the sound effects for that one mission. It's one of those ones where the developers built a mission that has unique mechanics that do not appear in any other part of the game, and it's just for that one mission, which as a general rule, find to be a shame, but in this case it works. I generally like you to reuse mechanics rather than to make the game more varied overall than have just one mission that is different and then the rest of them not.
Yes, Commander.
But in this case it actually really works because all of the sound files are changed, so everything sounds like underwater. You got those weird underwater echoes and creaks on your mech from the pressure, and the mech actually handles slightly differently as well. It's very cool. And that was 1996, I want to say, for Ghost Bear's Legacy.
Up high.
You know, once you take graphics out of the equation, developers back in the day did a
Confirmed.
hell of a lot more interesting stuff in a lot of the games. They had to. They couldn't rely on graphics to sell the games. They had to make their
Think I hit
games just
something
cool
good.
and accept that the people playing it were going to have to use their imagination a little bit in some areas because technology wouldn't allow for photorealism.
Barely hit, Commander.
Yeah, I let the Marauder get a little bit too far ahead. That's alright, I'll have an Atlas up there to get shot at in a second. And I'm sure Decker's gonna head cap somebody. Quick draw would be nice. And a dragon up there as well.
Yes, Commander. Affirmative.
I bet that's where Mags the whale hunter had his first whale kill. Unfortunately, no, there was no... Hey, I've only killed one whale in cold waters. The rest of them were killed by the enemy. But, no, unfortunately there wasn't anything like that in there. But, it does make you think. If you could get a team that had the kind of... I don't want to say skill, because it's not really a skill issue. The kind of inspiration
Bon appetit.
that some of the old school developers in the 90s, the mid to late 90s, early 2000s had when it comes to
That hit
game
something
development,
good.
trying to make a game interesting. If you could find somebody who had that level of inspiration, or a team that had that level of inspiration, and then were to tie them together with a modern game engine and obviously access to modern graphics, and didn't have people in black suits that hate video games telling them what to do to try and maximize profits, what kind of game could you actually make? With that kind of that 90s mindset of, we need to make this to be really cool, we need to do interesting mechanics, we need to do really unique features, stuff that, and not just stuff for the sake of doing stuff, but game elements that were focused on making a great game for the player, and then give them access to modern tech. Exactly what would show up. Because I don't think we've really seen a game that maximizes that. We get one or two every now and again that is inspired, like a new game that's inspired, and the second it's successful, they immediately get a sequel onto it, and they neuter all of the mechanics in order to maximize its interest for the maximum number of people. Like make it a game for everybody, rather than the game for the demographic that made it popular to begin with. See the neutering of Mass Effect as an example. I love the Mass Effect series, but the first one was a space RPG. The second one was an action game. They neutered the RPG elements into it because people might not like them. Or people might find the fact that you have more than one gun of each type complicated. Yeah, we don't need to push that much heat, I don't think. Just fire off the meads and the autocannon, that should be sufficient. Kill that one.
Target.
There we go.
Enemy mech destroyed.
There's only one. An LBX Demolisher. Alright then. It is a 60-ton self-propelled
Stop.
shotgun.
You're just embarrassing yourself.
Fair enough.
Ready for orders.
And the dragon. Quick draw. Dragon. Quick draw. Probably worth about the same. Go for the quick draw.
Here it comes.
There we go. We got a quick draw.
Tango down.
Two dragons.
Damage minimal.
Turn down the game volume, by the way. You're inaudible over the explosion and radio calls. Okay, that's interesting. Could have told me that one 2 hours ago, Vox. Alright, I will fix that up for you right away. I didn't realize it was that loud. Try that. Let me know if that's better or worse. Just tweaked it down slightly. I like that description of the LBX mech. Well, it's not an LBX mech. It's an LBX ground vehicle. It's a demolisher. So it's a tank with... It depends on the size of the LBX cannons. Well, actually, we'll have a look and we'll see what size they are. We'll jump you up.
I copy.
And we'll get Gyrojet to engage it. Alright, it's got 2 LBX-10s. So... somewhere between... Because the way that autocannon sizes are ordered in the Battletech universe is one of those things that's a little bit unclear. That's one of the very loose areas in Battletech lore. So LBX-10 roughly anywhere between 80mm and probably 120mm shotguns is basically what they are. We've got the side armor there. We'll pull the LRMs for the heat control.
Target confirmed.
There we go. Right, no more shotgun tank.
Reporting. Enemy vehicle eliminated.
It became a thing after you came back from the drink break. For me anyways. Okay, that's really weird because I haven't changed any settings at all on the drink break. Oh, doesn't matter. If that is that better. That's the main thing, Vox. Is that better? Turn it back up. We can now hear you over the explosions and radio calls. Bastard. Alright. So... Atlas to do Atlas things. Vox, can I ban him? No. Alright, let's put the SRMs back into the cycle as well. I'll leave the AC in for this round. We'll pull the autocannon out in the next one. Left leg destroyed.
Enemy mech.
The pilot's
Critical
injured,
damage
and
detected.
the mech's gonna fall over. So it's having a bad day regardless. A little bit of shit talking in my streams is good. I'm surprised Dead Meat hasn't shown up to be happy about me dying. Or disappointed that I'm not dying, more to the point. Let's just put this one down. Yeah, we shouldn't need the Gauss rifle.
Acknowledge.
Alright, one dragon out.
That's a kill.
Now, it's interesting. We're missing a vehicle here because we've got that one. Okay, that's the one.
What's up, boss?
Go for the head now. Alright, double PPC shot. I can't get the Marauder to the water, unfortunately.
Firing.
Alright, ammo
I think
explosion.
I hit something good.
Alright, standard demolisher. Which isn't good. But that's alright, we can take one set of rounds from that.
Good to go.
Really gotta find some double heat sinks.
Engaging with target.
Be enough to get the Ford armor. Oh, actually, maybe it will. These are not in mint condition. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We don't need to take the dragon.
Engaging target.
Kill confirmed, Commander.
That gets rid of that one.
Enemy mech destroyed.
The command mech is the more important one. No, it's an 80-tonner. Alright, it might be a Victor after all.
I'm here.
Straight
I'm
line, we
walking
should
here.
be able to straight pop the Demolisher here as well.
Locked and loaded.
There we go.
This is what happens when you hang out with bad people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the vehicle. Oh, yeah, alright. So, unfortunately not an Atlas. Damn it, I was all excited for nothing. Start getting these over this way, pop that vehicle, and then start getting ready to engage this guy.
Orders.
Garager can charge in
I copy.
and then just brace, take the first round and ID what this one is. It's a Bulldog. Okay, cool. Nothing too concerning.
Ready for orders.
Right, Archangel.
Jumping.
Yeah, Victor. Alright, Gauze Rifle up.
Primary target damage, Commander.
We're going to sprint the Atlas up and around because it's going to need to walk the slow way around.
Standing by. Roger. Full speed.
Bulldog, yeah, that's it. That's the Bulldog and the Victor. That's all we've got to deal with now.
Ready for orders. Heading out.
Alright, from this angle, you should be able to pop. that
Locking
Bulldog.
on.
Goes. Okay. So that's the Smuggler Forces objective completed.
One more for the trash heap.
Just a leader left to go.
They will be done.
Now, get you.
Look, Mom, I'm flying.
Precision strike to the head.
Got it, Commander.
We did hit the head. Didn't hit it with the railgun though, or the Gauze Rifle though. I've got to stop calling the Gauze Rifle a railgun. Railguns are actually a thing in Battletech, and they're a separate weapon system. AC-20 in play.
Engaging target.
Alright, that takes the AC-20 off it, and an ammo explosion, which has injured the pilot.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
So,
Commander.
providing Decker, you're cooled down enough at the moment, can get a clean shot, you should be able to straight take the head off this thing. Although we've done a little bit more damage to the torso than I would have liked.
Locking in all weapon systems.
CT destroyed. Oh well.
Hostile eliminated.
Yeah, shouldn't have gone that last round on the Atlas on it. That's what broke the torso.
Mission successful.
Well, that's a shame. Well, it was only a victor and it's only money. So 115,000 on the payout. All of our mechs are fine. We all got some kills all around the board. Now, yeah, we only got one part of the victor. We get 3 parts for recovery. So I can take 2 parts of the dragon and we'll recover a dragon. Take 1 part of the quick draw, and then on the random roll, if we get 1 more part of the quick draw, I get away with 2 mechs. Dragon, dragon, quick draw. No, I got the victor and the thunderbolt component and not the quick draw, so we only got 1 mech out of that. We did get the AC-20 Plus, which is no better than what I've already got in storage, so it wasn't really all that valuable. And some LBX-10 ammo, although we don't have an LBX at all. Somerset Housecarl says, damn, it is what it is. I'm not too concerned overall. I mean, if you actually look at the main reason to collect mechs like this, and while I'm not too worried about it now,
That mech you asked for
is to make
is
money
cleared
or
for
collect
fighting.
metal. The second it wasn't an Atlas, I didn't really care if we destroyed it or recovered it. Recovering it would be nice, but I'm sitting on 12.6 million, and if we go down to my mech bay, put the dragon in storage, let's go have a look at that storage. This is what I'm currently sitting on that I could sell. I'm not worried about money at this point. I've got plenty stored up, and this is before I look at everything that I've got here that I can start selling off. Yeah, that's a lot of money. Yeah, I'm at the point now where if I come across a store that has an Atlas in it, it'll be ridiculously expensive, but I'll just straight up buy the mechs if I can now. Like, if that's an option, if the parts are available, I can just straight buy stuff now and not have to worry about it. The engineering, the entire Argo is fully upgraded. That's all completed, so that money sink is now completely gone, and I'm sitting on lots of cash. So now it's more a matter of finding things that are worth buying. So like I could just straight buy the Archer here. There's just nothing here that's worth picking up, but yeah, that's the point in the game that I'm now at, which is why I'm back sort of pushing the storyline a little bit now, because like worst comes to worst, I can drop an Atlas, 2 King Crabs and an Annihilator, 400-ton drop into a story mission with plus 10 pilots in nearly every mech. I'm pretty sure I can complete the game now if I really want to. And I do have a mod that I want to run after this, so I'm not too worried about messing around. But that's all we really have here. So, star map. We don't have a next priority mission. And I'm not really interested in that travel contract. So Panzer is back. Yeah, we've been there half a dozen times. Agriculture, arid world, chemicals, medium gravity planet, moderate population, periphery level civilization. Yeah. Not really what we're after. Guard. Also, the last stream I did, we were having a discussion about whether or not you get other options to access the black market, and I was trying to work out whether or not I needed a mech warrior to be able to actually access that. There are actually other options. You're given the first option to join, and if you reject it, you just have to wait. Apparently, it's in the mechanics that you will get an offer for the black market once every 12 months. So at this point, I've been playing for over a year in-game, so I should be due for a random event that will give me access to the black market at any time. So it'll cost me probably close to 6 mil to access it, but that should be an option that will pop up now. Nope. Ice World. Well, that part's interesting. Token population, periphery level civilization. So there's a black market here. That might be worth going to. Travel hub. Mega City, electronics. Might do that. We might go here first, just to see if we can trigger something, and if not, we'll jump through these other two worlds. At this point, it's 2 AM, so I'm probably not going to do another mission. I'm just going to bounce around a little bit, talk a little bit, and see if we can find something useful. And if we can, cool. If we can't, I might sign it off for the night. Hopefully, I won't have any more major net interruptions, and I'll be able to get a couple more streams out. Two hands. I just wish there was more company management in Battletech, so the whole endless money and nothing to do problem is delayed. Well, yeah, I would like that as well. I'd like there to be, you know, the ability to potentially expand a fleet, the ability to potentially buy your own jump ship, buy additional drop ships, and be able to send out mech warriors to complete missions independent of you, so you could be in multiple areas. Turn it from essentially a small lance to a large company. This is actually the kind of things that I was hoping for in a Battletech 2, if they were to actually decide to make one. Unfortunately, there isn't one at the moment in production, but it's the kind of stuff that I would hope for, to be able to expand instead of being like a small company that can only deploy one lance like we are now. Have potentially a fleet of ships and be able to become something like, you know, the Wolf's Dragoons or the Northwind Highlanders. You know, a large-scale mech company where you can have multiple ships deployed out all over the inner sphere. That would be really cool. Starting from something incredibly small with a single lance and building into a mercenary empire. But we'll see. Anyways, pickup game. As you're working on a machine in the Argos gym, a small group of mech warriors clears equipment out of the way and starts setting up a makeshift basketball court. A ventilation seal ring apparently makes a fine hoop. Marvel and Archangel approached you. Are you going to play this time, Commander? 2-on-2, you can be with Picnic. The other mech warriors cheer enthusiastically. Yeah, play a friendly game, why not? Your team loses the toss, which turns out to be an accurate omen for the rest of the game. In the final play, you try and pass to Picnic, but Marvel intercepts the ball, dishes to Archangel under the hoop, who easily lays it up. After politely shaking hands, Marvel turns to the ground. Looks like I'm better than the commander. Picnic groans. Yeah, if you only moved half as gracefully in a mech. The mech warriors continue hassling one another on their way to the showers. High spirits and high spirits. Marvel and Archangel. Yeah, that's a good one. Important for a leader to actually spend time with their fellow warriors. At least in the Battletech universe. It should be a thing everywhere, but...
Waypoint reached, Commander.
Alright, visit store. That's what we're here for. So, Archer, awesome. Centurion, Firestarter, Locust, Quick Draw. Spider and Vulcan. 2 double plus arm mods. Leg mods. And that's really it. Nothing else too amazing. And still no black market access. That sucks. Oh, hiring hole. We'll still see if there's a pirate option in here.
Commander.
I still think this might be part of it.
What do you need?
How might I help?
Pixie, Lao, entry-level corp smuggler. Moving illicit goods, especially technology, throughout the periphery is an extremely lucrative field for a merchant with tolerance. Restricted items can also be unearthed in the century since the start. Oh, pirate mech warrior. Yeah. Pixie. We're hiring you.
New mech warriors available.
Commander?
You meet all of my requirements.
Receiving you.
And we'll see whether or not you trigger something. I don't know whether or not you are the key, but it'll be interesting to find out regardless. Right, contracts. Is there anything interesting here? It's lonely being the captain of a ship unless you have a rubber duck. You are never alone with a rubber duck. This is fair. Reposition battle. Pirate leader has fallen behind on his payments for their armoured vehicles, and our leasing agent has been unable to repossess the heavily armoured vehicles. We've decided that sending in more explosive message is the best way to ensure that others do not take future liberties. Ooh, battle. 4.5 skulls. Target acquisition. Pincer. It's in the lowlands. Two heavily armed lancers. This is going to be tough. Against the Directorate as well. That one just No, it's 2 in the morning. I can't do another one. That reeks of at least 100 tonner. Dangerous missions to do though, because it's 2 lances, and there'll be 2 lances of assaults, and we've only got 1 lance against it. No, it's a bit too late, Devil. And it said 2 in the morning, and I've got to be out of bed in like 4 hours. So I think I'll actually bring this one here. What I'll do is I'll save that mission to do at the start of the next stream, which since I've missed streams over the last 5 days, I might even try and fit one either tomorrow or Friday. Actually, probably Friday. Tomorrow I might have a little bit of an experiment around with that VR and the encoding on OBS and see whether or not this is the problem. And if there's a stream tomorrow night, maybe it'll be American Truck Simulator if I can get it to work. If I can't, we'll see what happens. But we'll see. I'm going to do some testing first. Anyways, guys, I am going to call this one here. This has been fun. It's been a fruitful night. I'm really impressed. It's gone down. Drop frames. 0.1 now. It was 0.2 before, which means it's actually been running better rather than worse since I came back from a break. Yeah, this has been good, and it's been interesting seeing that. So hopefully we can correct a few things on my streaming side and get things running a little bit better. Anyways, guys, until next time, you guys take care of yourself, and as I said, don't try and stress too much about the world at the moment. I mean, as I said, it's all shit, but if it's getting to you, turn off the social media and just try and chillax for a couple of days. Anyways, guys, take care.